had you this time. Alright, let me give you one of your points. I think I'll win the next one. Alright, Blue, yeah. Don't rub it in that you won the staring contest yet again. Anyways, now that we're back in your studio, ooh, I see a leaf up on your wall. It looks like you want to focus on an organic shaped leaf drawing this week, huh? That sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Okay, you will need for this project one piece of white paper, a permanent marker, or a pencil will work too. But we do prefer permanent markers to try to get that. Crayons or markers or colored pencils, basically something to color with. I used crayons for mine, so I prefer crayons for this. So there you go. I think markers would also be a really awesome option. So either or, and let's start. Alright, I have my white piece of paper and it is in the landscape orientation. I am adjusting my camera and making my paper all ready to go. I have a marker and I'm going to take that marker, uncap it, and from one corner to the next, so this is kitty corner, so it's across the paper, I'm going to be drawing a line. So I start in the corner a little bit in, make a dot, that's where I know to start, and I'm practicing as I move all the way down into the opposite corner. Once I get to the opposite corner, I stop before I hit it, and then you're going to see me slowly tracing over my lines again to make them a little bit more bold. Bold lines. So when I am working on this, I don't have a coloring motion, so I don't bring my marker back and forth. I'm trying to go slowly over the line to make it nice and smooth. Smooth lines. And whoops, I went off the line a little bit. I'll fill that in. The very end of my line will be my stem, and I'm going to fill this little space in a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to be making a huge curved line. It's going to end a little bit past the end of the line, a little bit up, like that. So I might even add a little dash, so it will help me figure out where to go. And then I'm going to start by making this line point down, come around, and curve. So it's pointy at the top, but it curves around to that little dash mark. Put a little dash mark on the other side. It's a point, it comes down, around, and there you go. I'm trying to fill the space. Not every part is going to be filled, but it's taking up a good amount. Now I start to gussy up my lines. Make them pretty and smooth and thicker, but smooth. When I'm tracing, I take a long time because then I don't have to fix it up. Okay, so if there's sloppy, choppy lines, those usually get fixed. And if you're in class with me, I'll make you fix them. Slow and steady. Tidy lines. Okay, so you're not coloring over your lines to make them thicker. You're tracing them so they're smooth. Trace. Okay. So I like to fix everything up before I move on, because then I don't have to go back. So I'm constantly checking these lines. And I'm a bit obsessive compulsive about fixing them too. That means I'm picky. Okay, so now we're going to begin to add the little veins of the leaves. So I usually do this by adding the letter Y. And I add the line at an angle. So it's a diagonal off that middle line, and I make the Y. So it's the letter Y. And I'm keeping them nice and thick, making them pretty and smooth. And I'm going to move down. Well, I'll go to the other side first. Go to the other side and make another letter Y. Okay, scooch down, diagonal line off the center, letter Y, letter Y. It's gonna be great. So we're making leaves, and a leaf is an organic or a free-form shape. Cool, yay! So we've been working on shapes. Last week we started our shape unit. A shape is a line that starts at a specific spot, comes around and ends, and it creates a new space. So we have geometric shapes, and we have organic shapes. So last week we used a lot of geometric shapes to create our shape robot. So this week, hey, why not focus on organic or freeform shapes? Woohoo! And since it's fall now, let's do some fall themed stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to fill the space in with my letter Y's. If you have extra space, fill it in until it's filled. So if I'm taking a look as I go, and I shouldn't do another row of Y's. So if I do that, it's going to be too filled. So if you are adding yours and you're like, oh, she has 4 rows of Y's and I only have 3, but your 3 take up the space, then don't worry about it. Just do what you need to do. Fill up your leaf space. Alright, on to coloring next. I made a boo-boo, so pay attention to my oopsie coloring thing and you're going to see my leaf done. Alright guys, here's the deal. Halfway through my recording, my phone decided to not record, so that's super convenient. So you missed where I colored my leaf in. So I'm kind of going to talk to you about what I did. So you can see that my whole leaf is all done. Yay! So when I colored the leaf in, I used warm colors. And what I did was I took a red and I went along the black line and I colored a little row of red. Look at it, I'm zooming in real close. So this line, you can actually follow it, and it goes along all the black lines, okay? So it's almost like I gave it a little stripe of color that goes along all the black lines. Alright, then after that I went to my next warm color, which is orange, and next to the orange, or next to the red, I colored orange. And then the next row was yellow. And then my next row I started over again with red. So I kind of used a pattern to color my leaf in. And I did it everywhere. I tried to push down pretty hard so that my color is nice and bright. And I'm trying to hide all the white marks. And you see that mine is not perfect. I still have little areas I could probably go back to and fix. But for now, I'm going to call it good. So anyways, that's how we color our leaf in. Sorry for my technological malfunction. I will get better someday. We'll see. Alright, on to the next part. Alright, so my whole leaf is filled in. And if you just watch that little bit where you're like, wait, what? What just happened? Why is everything all colored already? I'm not ready for that yet. Well, don't you worry. You can skip to the background first. So we are using cool colors for the background. And I have those colors visible. You got blue, you got purple, you got green. So what we're essentially going to be doing is closest to that black line, I'm going to be adding a row of blue. So the blue is going to be following the black line. So have a row close to the blue. Then I'm going to work into purple and do a purple row. So it should be touching the black line and going all the way around. So since you didn't get to see me color in the leaf, this is essentially the same thing, except the inside is a little bit trickier because you have a lot of black lines. So fill the space the best way that you can. If it's not exactly how I did mine, that's okay. This is art. We're supposed to have different projects at the end. They're supposed to look different. They're supposed to be unique. Okay? So make it work, because that's what artists do. They make it work. So I'm going to keep on coloring this in. I got distracted. And I'm going to follow those black lines. And then I'm going to do a row of purple. So I'm going to stop talking, and you can watch as I go. And we'll move on to the purple row. Okay, purple time. So I'm going to grab my purple and I'm going to do a purple row. So I'm trying to get these colors to basically be touching. Okay, so there shouldn't be much white showing through. If any white, shouldn't really be white showing through. So if you leave in big gaps where there's big white spaces, and it's not going to look so nice. So we want to try to fill those spaces in. So circling back to our leaf, the inside of our leaf, we're using warm colors for that. So when you were watching me as I was talking about it, we have the warm colors inside the leaf. So those would be red, orange, and yellow. So try to stick to warm colors in your leaf because our leaves are changing because it's fall time. Isn't that exciting? Yay! Alright, so after I do this purple row, I'm going to be switching to green to do a green row. And if your colors aren't in the same order as mine, that's fine. We just really want to focus on warm colors versus cool colors. Warm colors are in the leaf, cool colors are outside the leaf. Yay! So I'm going to be stopping and speeding this part up. So you should not be working as fast as I am when I'm speeding it up because that's too fast. So even though it's looking like I'm going quicker and quicker and quicker, just remember, I'm working slow. It's just sped up. Slow, slow, slow. Be the turtle. Be the coloring turtle. The most important turtle. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Just go with it. Okay, so I'm speeding up the video. Yay. Okay, so the last couple of rows, I'm just trying to fill in that extra white space. It goes all the way to the corners, all the spaces filled in. And once you guys are done with these, please, please, please take a picture and share them with me on Seesaw. Don't do the thing where you just type in done because I want proof. I want to see it done. So make sure you actually share your art with me. I love seeing your art. It makes me happy. Make me happy. Share your art with me. Okay, thanks. Good job. Yay. Go team.